Right, over £700 for an EICR. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Thanks for joining me. In this video, I just wanted to go over the talk a little bit about EICR pricing a little bit and what you can do. Obviously, the electricians out there that are watching this, you know that we're doing a lot of EICRs at the moment, and the pressure's on to get them done for the 1st of April, which isn't long now. So it's a couple of weeks time, a few weeks time. So yeah, there's a lot going around it. There's been some videos online regarding pricing and so-called price war of EICRs. And I just wanted to share with you what my opinions of EICRs, what I charge and what I can get done, how many I can get done in a day. I wanted to make this, so I think there's a video that's gone out online that I don't believe shows the true story of what's that true story? What people charge in prices. There's all this talk about the drive-by EICRs, and you know there's different levels of people that do EICRs, I think. But a video went online not long ago, a YouTuber basically ranting at the people, and he said he had to educate his customers and what he's going to get from these EICRs that are charging £100, £90, or £80 and things like that. So the reason why I do this is that I do a little bit fall in this sort of category with some of my work, and this YouTuber has painted a bit of a picture of us, or me, I suppose, if I fall a little bit in that bracket as an electrician. It doesn't make me look good now. And there's a lot of other electricians out there, and I've read his comments. There's a lot of electricians out there that think the same way as me. It's highly controversial, and so this video is just to sort of put my thoughts out there, really, to share with you, and hear what you guys think in the comments. I can hear the keyboards warriors at the ready for the typing. That it's an impartial video. Just from my experience, I see myself as a good electrician. I take pride in my work. I think if you take pride in your work and you get repeat custom and things like that, I think you could pretty much class yourself as a good electrician. I joined Instagram a couple of years ago. I've never really been a social media person until a couple of years ago. Facebook, I absolutely hate Facebook. I don't know why, but I've got a presence on there, but I don't use it. But I'm fairly active in Instagram, and it interests me what people do on there, and the tips and tricks that other people have got and have learned over the years. We all live. I've been an electrician about 22 years. We all live in our own little electrical bubble. When we go to work, we do the same things, and we think that's the right way and the best way to do things. When we watch videos, stories, or any posts for people on Instagram, and they do it a different way, it's like, oh, I didn't know. I didn't even think about doing it that way. So I think it makes you better as an electrician. So without sidetracking too much, I class myself as a good electrician. I'm not the best electrician. I'm not going to say I learn every day. There's all kinds of things that I see, like I was saying on Instagram and things like that. It's like, oh, I need to up my game in that area. But it makes me better. I want to be better. But I already think I'm okay. I'm an okay electrician, and there's lots of people out there that probably take a lot of pride in their work. Some people just in and out for the money, you know, which is fine if that's what you want to do. You know, that's down to you. I personally, I take a lot of pride in what I do, and the work I do. Now, when it comes to EICRs, there's you're signing your name to a document that's valid for 5 years. So it really doesn't matter what other people think of your pricing and things like that. You know, I think from experience of trying to contact other electricians and asking how they're getting on, every electrician out there is pretty much busy, especially with the EICRs. There's other electricians that are busy in all different areas, commercial and things like that, which is great. You know, it's great for our industry, especially with the EV charging as well. That's you know, starting to really take off now. I'm doing a lot of installs myself, yeah, so it's good times to be an electrician. So, but yeah, without sidetracking again from the EICRs. Now, what I would charge for a private customer for an EICR would be approximately £150. Just generally £150 plus VAT. Now, landlords, they're not necessarily going to be VAT registered, so that could make me higher price than some others anyway, regardless of, you know, so the VAT does put me out of it a little bit. I get messages, I had a message not long ago and asked if how much you charge for EICR. I messaged back and said, you know, roughly whereabouts is it? I mean, property size doesn't really make much difference to a degree, because if you think you can have a one bed flat that's got storage heaters, you know, water heater, lighting circuit, cooker, sockets, maybe 2 lots of ring finals, you know, 3 storage heaters, a downflow in a bar. You can have more circuits than a house in a flat, and it's in a smaller area. But so I just said, look, just give us some information. Whereabouts is it? So he told me where it was. It wasn't that far away from me, about half hour, 40 minutes drive. So I just said, look, you're looking at 150 plus VAT. He come back to me, sorry, I've had a cheaper price, thanks anyway. You know, it is what it is. You know, I'm not going to text him back and say I can do it for £80, £90. You know, if he wants to get it for £80, £90, £100, whatever a price, that's up to him. You know, I'm not signing my name to that. So I charge what I charge, and that's it. You know. Now, that's a private customer, and I had I also charge a different price for letting agents, going direct to letting agents. Now, I come up with a deal with one agent that's like an umbrella company of agents. So back in the summer last year, they contacted me, and I'd done one on EICR for them, and then they were happy. And basically, they said to me, look, I've got about 80 EICRs. Can you do them? Okay, yeah, sure. It's a lot of work. Let's talk. So what we're looking at price wise. Now they charge. They have a set price, basically. A set price for no matter what property. It's just a fixed price. It's okay, you know. So it's going to be like you win some, you lose some, which is not abnormal. You know, when you're getting a lot of work quantity wise. So you get some like studio flats, you could get some 4-bedroom houses, you know. And right, so they have asked me to do 80 OCRs. I said, yeah, that's fine. How much are we talking? I'm already at a disadvantage anyway because I'm VAT registered. But anyway, they said we will. The price is £145. That's including VAT. When I first started, I thought it was plus VAT. It's including VAT. But also, this agent takes a commission. They take 15% as well, including the VAT. So when you take all of that off, it works out about £100, you know, give or take, £100. So I said, yeah, it's fine, let me have a think about it, let me give you a call back. So I sat down and think to myself, right, okay, can I do this, you know, how much I charge per, you know, to be able to, I charge about, for myself, I charge about £250 a day. I have an apprentice, I charge maybe £300 a day. So, you know, I need to earn £300 a day, really, you know, to make it worth my while. So that means doing 3 EICRs every day. Well, every time I do them, I need to book 3 in. I thought, well, they've given me lots, and I come to lots of different towns as well. So when I ended up saying, okay, I'll do it. I know the price to do the EICR, I know what's involved in the EICR. I've been in the industry over 20 years, so I know what's involved in it. And I don't want to cut corners. So the way I can look at it is by speeding up the process. So to speed up the process, I need to be efficient in all of the areas I need to be to be able to earn that money. But I'm thinking of the long game here as well. I've got a massive agent that's given me a lot of properties. So not only that, and they fail, if they fail, which unfortunately a lot of them do, but I've got the opportunity for remedial works. You know, the landlord doesn't have to use you. I know their arms were a little bit twisted to use you, because obviously you've been paid to test it. You've done the certificate. If someone else does it, they might want to charge for the certificate again, and, you know, testing it. And so I'm not in a game to rip people off. That's not what I'm here. I've always got work by repeat custom. I've never advertised. Well, actually, once I advertised many years ago, not when I had the business now, and I spent £500, and it was an absolute waste of money. So I do not advertise. There's no. So I get my work from repeat custom and people coming to me. So that's how I treat it. So I will not rip landlords off. I think I charge what I think my time and is worth for, you know, in the real world, for them remedial works. Obviously I have to account for agency fees and things like that, so it does make my price go up, and I may add another £30–40 just to cover an extra hour or something on the EICR, just you know just a little bit to gain back, but that's it. And I get pretty much every single remedial that I quote for, so the landlord can go somewhere else. There is actually, no, tell a lie, there is some that I've quoted for and I've not heard back from the agent, so assuming the landlord's got someone else to do it, which is fine. You know, every landlord is going to be in a different position. If you're a landlord watching this, you know, there's some landlords that are that may have money, might have lots of properties, they may have a bit of money they can put in, and some have only got one property. I've had landlords calling me, you know, asking if they can get it cheaper somehow. I mean, you know, it's hard for some landlords and it's not as hard for some others. So everyone's in a different boat. You know, so I mean, my price is the price. That's what it is. You know, if you don't want me to do it, it's fine. Just get someone else to do it. That's fine by me. You know, it's not a problem. So I have to earn £300. I have to earn £300 a day to make my day's money. You know, nothing special, just a day's money. And then remedials come, and you know, I may get a little bit more out of it when I do that as well, because obviously we're all quite in demand at the moment. But the most I've done in one day is four EICRs. Now I can already see the warriors typing away. You're not doing them right. You're doing a drive-by EICR. the drive-by. When I've done 4, it's like the moon's aligning, you know. It's once in a blue moon that happens. So that has flats involved in that. They're not all like massive houses or anything. There's some flats that have got central heating, so there's no storage heating. Sometimes you go in, there's only 4 circuits, you know. These sort of things align, and you have a good run. You have a good run, and I've done 4. I've booked 4 because I've had a go. Sometimes it doesn't work and you cancel, but anyway, I can do 3, but also I've been out and only done 1, and I've had to cancel the second one. So there's swings and roundabouts, you know. It doesn't happen every day, and it's not like I set out to actually, no matter what, I'm passing or I'm going to be doing 4 to get paid or 3 to get paid, you know. I'm an honest electrician. I do what I need to do to get the job done and sign my name to that certificate. So I did one on a Saturday. I booked a couple in for get an easy day, you know, relatively easy day. Booked 2 in, and I was at one property. It was massive property, and the circuit's been played with so much. It was all over the place. You turn one breaker off and it turned 2 sockets in the room over there, another socket over there. It did a couple upstairs, and it was like, oh my god, you know, it's like the electrician's nightmare. But I'm still getting paid the same money for this, you know. If it was someone else, it'd be like, this shit, I'm done. I'm not getting, you know, this is silly money to do this for. But I took it all on as a whole, you know. You think of it as a whole. So I'm doing it. It took me about, me and the apprentice, about 4.5 hours. It took 4.5 hours. But that's 2 of us. So that is 2 of us. So to get this many done, like apart from that one, when I do 3 a day, you know, so a lot of you out there say I should take half a day, you know, it can, especially if you're on your own. It definitely can, you know. I don't fill a certificate up with limitations. There might be a couple of things I have to limitate, you know, obviously getting floorboards up, or sometimes going into lofts, the access to sockets or something like that. People have got so much furniture, and I'm not moving all that crap, you know. If I've damaged something, that's all my profit out the window anyway. So I do minimal limitations, which is what we should all be doing, is very minimal limitations, if any. But generally there'll always be a limitation. So to enable me and my apprentice to get that amount done, we have to be super efficient. Now, to be super efficient, it means our test kits and everything. We've got 2 test kits. We've got 1 each. I bought us a second test kit so we could both do separate things. We started with 1. I was waiting around. Come on, you know, I need this, and then you take that. It doesn't work. 2 test kits. It's game changer. So the process is, I use software called EICR. A lot of you electricians out there probably use the same software. There is other softwares available. This is the best one I've used. I've tried 3 of them. This is the best one for me. So I do a lot of work behind the scenes, which is what. So you can't take face value of, oh, you do 3, you do 4. You know, you're cutting corners. I work till 12, 1 o'clock in the morning every sort of night to catch up on paperwork. I'm still 10 certs behind at the moment and quotes, and so it's quite hard work to try and keep on top of this. I don't have necessarily admin staff. You know, I work from home, so I put in a lot of hours. I load up EICR on my computer in my office here, and then what I do is I enter information like the property address, the client's address, all like the stuff that I don't need to be doing on site. I also go through the inspection list, and a lot of stuff on there is pretty, that's a lot. Some of it is generic from property to property. It'd be the same type of thing you'll be ticking. So I'd already tick them. I still skim past it on when I load it to my tablet. I take a Galaxy tablet to site with me, so I will tick all the on the schedule of inspections. I'll tick all the stuff that are generally generic from property to property, and leave all ones blank that I know I definitely need to be checking. 100% I need to be looking at this, you know, because it can vary from property to property. So I'll leave those blank, and it will highlight to me that I've left it blank. But I'll skim through even the ones I've ticked anyway, just a quick glance. So I'll pre-populate stuff on the cert ready, and I'll export it to my tablet. So when I get to site, boom, I open it up, bring the cert up, I'll get straight to the fuse board. I see what circuits they've got. I get the apprentice going, testing, doing all ZS readings. I start all the live tests. You can go away doing all the ZS readings. I'll start doing the board chart on the test cert. I'll try and fill in as much as I can on the tablet, so it gives me less work to do back in the office. So I'll fill it all in, the chart, the breaker sizes, and everything. While I'm doing that, he's getting all the readings. He's taking pictures of the readings so he can recite them back to me. He's going to find all the end lines and stuff like that. So by the time I've done that, he comes back to me. We fill all that in. Then he goes away and does a few other tests. So he does his probe test and he switches over to his socket and does all the sockets of the cooker circuit and anything outdoors or anything like that with a socket on. While he's doing that, I'll be doing I've got a ZE to do. I've got RCD test if there's an RCD. I will then also do, if he hasn't done the rings, sometimes do the rings while he's doing the probe or the lightings and water heaters and stuff like that. I'll take the rings out quickly and I'll do my end-to-ends. I'll shut the power off, do my end-to-ends on the ring mains, and I'll make sure I've got a ring on there and get all my readings for that. Once he's done all his bits, and I have done all mine, it generally works out quite well. I'll start doing all my tick list if he's still doing stuff, because sometimes it's awkward for him to get access to stuff. Then if there's metal fittings, he'll set up the R2 lead. He'll go around making sure metal fittings are earthed. He'll check switches, he'll undo obviously a percentage of sockets and lights. He'll check them, check the cabling, the earthing, the grommets, you know, the conductor sleeving and stuff like that. So it works really well. We've done about, I don't know, probably 80 odd or something, maybe more than that now, I don't know, but we've still got about 20 or so left to do. We've been getting more and more as time goes on. So for me to be efficient, this needs to be, we get straight in now. I give him his tasks, he goes and does them, I do mine, it works. I get my pictures, I go around, boom, 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 take my pictures, attach them to the certificate, I export it. As soon as I click the export button, it goes into my office, to my PC, into the cloud, so I can download it onto PC. Then, in the evening, what I'll then do, if it's failed or if it's passed, a lot do fail, but either way, I come in there and I just go through the test certificate, validate it, and I'll you know, anything I've not filled in which I could do back here, just the little bits that might take a bit of time, I'll fill all those details in here and I'll make sure that everything is filled in correctly. I'll type in the comments and stuff like that. If anything else, update anything, I'll just make sure it's all as it was, and then I'll save it as a PDF, you know, and then I'll create a quote with that and I'll email it off. So there's still stuff that happens in the evening after I've done the test certificates. That's just one. So you do those. So I could spend another couple of hours here easy doing the back end work. So all right, I'm saving time during the day doing the tests because I'm say cutting corners. I'm not cutting any corners. I'm just leaving some processes till the evening that doesn't need to be done on site. So that makes me efficient by doing what I'm doing. I'd like to hear about any of you guys, electricians that are watching. You know, put down in the comments below how you do yours and things like that. So that's how I'm able to do 3. Very best case is 4, but you know, generally 3 certs. So it has been down to 1 as well before, but it is hard work. It is hard work. So when you see this YouTuber big electrician YouTuber posting videos online about ranting about all this price war and all this lot. I mean, come on, like, you're on cloud nine, mate. You need to come down. Your pricing. I know how much he charges for an EICR. It's I know a lot of his prices, well, from what I've heard. Well, some are actually anyway, I know some of his prices, and you'd be pretty shocked about what he charges. And it's like well over double. Well, no. It depends which way you're looking at it. Rewires double. EV chargers double. EICRs probably more than quadruple. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Don't start slating other electricians for like some price war, because that he has to educate his customer, because they're asking, why are you so expensive? Where he has to educate his customer, well, because you're going to get lots of limitations, they're going to get back on the remedials and charge you a fortune. No. You can't say things like that. It's not right, you know. If the customer doesn't want to pay, you know, £700 odd for an EICR, then they don't want to pay that. If they want to pay that, good for you. You know, go ahead, pay, you know, that's entirely. But I can't see you getting a lot of work. Not like that. It just, this YouTuber is a good. I respect him. He's a good electrician. You know, from what I've seen of his videos, and that he's a really good electrician. You know, he takes a bit of pride in what he does, and I respect that. You know, but pricing, if you can get away with that, you go ahead. But you can't bring us into it, the ones that don't charge that kind of money for that service. So I believe I can offer the same service what he does, but because he has a better people know of him and things like that. Obviously he's bigger in the industry, he's got a lot of support for people. That's fine. You can charge what you want to charge. It's everyone's company. Everyone can charge whatever they want. But don't bring us into it, because it makes, you know, landlords think about what they're going to get when they get people like myself, you know, through this agent that we've gotten a price agreed. You know, I've done an EICR as quick as an hour and a half. I mean, with barely any circuits at all in there. It's like 3 circuits. But then I've done one that's like 4.5, 5 hours, and I'm getting paid the same price. You know, I work my nuts off to earn whatever that set price that I've agreed with the agents. You know, I don't compensate that with how long or how many limitations I do on my test cert and things like that. So yeah, that's all I want to do. I just wanted to share it out there, because there's a lot going on with the EICRs, and I've just seen this YouTuber upload another video about a call out and stuff like that, and he was saying that she doesn't like the price. She didn't want to pay the price. She didn't let him in on his call out, and then there seems to be a pattern. You know, it is what it is. So yeah, that's all I wanted to show in this video. Just share with you sort of pricing that I do. You know, if I price things at £150 or so, I don't win them all. I don't win all at that price. You know, let alone the quadruple price that some people charge. So there's no price war. There's the same in every single industry, trade out there. There's always someone that will do it cheaper. Do you know what I mean? I've quoted rewires at £4,000 or whatever, chasing everything, you know, and there's someone that's come in with like £2,500, £3,000 or whatever, you know, and I've lost it. it is what it is. You know, it's just the way things go. There's always someone else out there that will do it cheaper. But when your pricing is right up there, you can't complain you're losing it because of people that are in the mid that you should be sort of charging are getting the work and those people aren't. You can't go on YouTube moaning about that. You know, it's just business. It's just the way it works. You know, just accept it, move on. You win what you win, you don't what you don't. But yeah, that's all I want to do, is just share with you a bit on the EICR and pricing. I'm sure you're going to leave a comment down below. Tell me if you agree, if you disagree. Obviously I've shared with you my procedures and how I could be efficient to manage to get those amount of EICRs done, the work that goes into it. And just tell me what you do down in the comments. Yeah, let me know what you do, and yeah, be good to hear your opinions. Everyone's gonna have different opinions, you know. I don't want the keyboard warriors. I just want you to tell me your honest opinion, what you possibly would charge for an EICR. Do you win many? And tell me how you're efficient. You know, how do you do it? But it's hard work, you know, it's hard work. I mean, this is all going to come around again in 5 years' time, so it'll be interesting to know how you guys think about all this and how you price it as well, especially electricians. If you're a landlord watching this, you know, you can shop around cheap. There are guys out there that, you know, might want to do them for 80 quid, and I'm sure there's electricians out there that do the so-called drive-by EICR and limitate everything. I've actually heard of one person on Facebook that can do 8 in a day. I mean, come on, 8. Are you even turning up? It's a remote EICR, isn't it? It's yeah, that is just ridiculous. I mean, I'm pushed to the extreme. I can't get any more than that done, and that is me flat out and still working of an evening to get the certs finished and over to the client. So, you know, I push the limits. I'd like to hear what you guys think, and then yeah, leave your comments down below. Just genuine, honest feedback. You know, that's all I'm after. So just to give you an example, what other people charge. There's a video online that David Savoury, great electrician, he put online about EICRs, really informative videos. If you haven't seen any of his videos, go watch his videos, they're really good. He says in one of his videos that he charges £160 for an EICR, which is, you know, it seems to be the normal sort of price, £150, £160, because essentially it's, people see it as a half day. They just use their day's money and split it in half. And from the people I've spoken to, now I've seen another video of Chris, CJR, not CJR. So Chris of CJR. It's an old video. Admittedly, it's probably nearly a year ago. One of his videos I come across. He was doing some work at a property. Or they've asked him to change a fuse board, and he didn't know the condition of the wiring. So what he did is he charged them to do a test, basically an EICR. Then he charged them to do some water bonding, about 10 meters of water bonding, and a new fuse board. So, but before doing the fuse board and that, he went to charge the test. He said he'll do. Basically, he said the figure was £625, I think. So he will go. So he said he'll do a test. So the test is allowed £90. He said it'd take a couple of hours to do a test. Then he's allowed £95 for a water bonding, 10 meters of water bonding, and that leaves about I wrote down like £440 for a fuse board. Right, the fuse board's probably a little. It depends on RCBOs. There's all kinds of variations there. So with 6 circuits, I think he said. So, oh no, split load board with 6 circuits. £440. It is what it is. You can charge whatever he likes. That's his right, you know. And he said he'd get all that done in half a day. That's by himself. That's half a day. So EICR, fuse board change, and water bonding, half a day, £600. You know, so he's saying that EICR's, well, he charged £90 for a couple of hours test. So, you know, so some people are charging well above what he should be charging. But it seems to be about the average anyway, that people are charging around 150 from what I've found. You know, I've even had a friend that said that he'll want 200 quid to do one, and he's not bothered if he doesn't get them. He doesn't like doing them. So everyone's each is to their own, you know. But you know, if it's your own business, your own company, you do what you want to do. You charge what you want to charge. If you're providing a good service for that charge, there should be a cut-off point, you know. Which, if you get to something like over £700 for an EICR, I mean, if I ever got paid that for an EICR, I'd throw a party, you know. I'd retire. But reality is, you're not going to get many of those. You're not going to get many. I think no matter what status you are. Anyway, that's my own personal opinion. Also, I had the pleasure of meeting Tom Nargi last year, I think it was. I bumped into him at a wholesaler's in South London. He stopped and talked for about 5-10 minutes with me. He was really nice guy. If you ever get the opportunity to, you know, have a chat with him, he's a really nice guy to talk to. I know from some of his videos he has mentioned what he charges is £50 for a fuse board on an EICR, and then initially it was £15 per circuit, and I think as he's done a few videos since then, I think he increased that to £20 a circuit. So I think that's how he works his pricing, which is still, I've actually tried it myself. I have tried pricing it myself, but the thing is, with letting agents, they don't know where they stand. They don't know how much they're charging. The landlord doesn't know where they are, and sort of until you get there, or you got to ask how many circuits, and they don't know. It's too difficult. I did try doing it that way, and I never got anything from it. So I set a price, and then about 150 plus that, and I don't really get much. I get the odd job here and there from it, EICR, but other than that, it's all mainly through agents. I'm not sure on Mr. Bundy. I don't really know what he charges. I managed to find that one out, but from everything I've seen, he seems like he charges a reasonable price. But I can't speak. I'm only just from what I've seen on YouTube videos that people have put out now. So I've put my prices up. Other people have put their prices up. I've explained how I get the amount of EICRs done that I do, by how efficient I need to be to get that done and still do work in the evening, which, you know, sort of warrants how many I can do during the day. But yeah, no, I'm interested to know how you do it, because it depends obviously how you certificate it. You might be doing paper based. Some people do, you know. If you're doing it paper based, it might be harder, it might be easier. You've got to do calculations and stuff like that, all on site, and you know, you have to spend a lot more time. You know, some people might bring their laptop, do it on their laptop. Might be easier for some. You know, it depends. I've not tried laptop. Maybe I'll try that one. Maybe in the next run, 5 years time, maybe I'll try a laptop. I don't know. It seems to work fine with a tablet for me. The tablet seems to be fine. It fits in me Vito bag as well. The MB3B fits in the back perfectly. everything's in there. My Napit code breakers and everything. We test leads and we screwdrivers, everything I need to do in the EICR. So I've got no reason to change it. But it is hard work, Those you're out there that are watching this, electricians, and that you understand it can be hard work. You work in all kinds of different conditions. Some properties are, not nice to work in, and some properties are lovely. They're all different. You walk into some and it's got dual RCD protection. Your eyes light up. You're like, yes, please, a pass. Please give me a pass. And you start testing. Oh my God, you've got no continuity on ring finals, and you've got a flex coming out of a cooker switch, 45 amp cooker switch, a bit 1.5 flex going to a socket, and you're like, oh, please make this end. It's a nightmare when you start finding. I've had one. I've posted some of my stuff on Instagram. If you don't find me on Instagram, type in Essex County Electrical on Instagram. You'll find me on there. I post a few bits. The scariest one recently is that there was a split load board. They disconnected one RCD, so you get the live supply towel from like the main switch that supplies the RCD on both RCDs. They've removed it out of one and put it into a breaker, an MCB. So one RCD is absolutely redundant. I got no words for it. And then the neutral bar that RCD would have been attached to, obviously you have two neutral bars, they've decided to link them, but in 2.5. They've stripped a bit of T&E and a bit of 2.5 link. I mean, come on, it's just ridiculous. You can see there's a lot of DIY, or Dave, Harry, Steve, Frank down the pub, that the landlord knows. I'm sorry if your name's Dave, Steve, Frank or Harry, but not talking specifically about you, but just a generalisation. The landlord might know someone down the pub or whatever when they're open. At one point that they've asked me, oh yeah, I can do that. Yeah, just give us 50 quid. I'll change your board for you. I'm like, that's what you get. You're paying the price now. If you're a landlord watching it, you're paying the price now. I mean, for a few people, you should be paying £50 or £100. You know what I mean? Like, it's get the job done properly. You should be looking at a good £400 really. I think depending on the situation, with SPD, RCBOs, and all that sort of thing. But that's what you should be looking at. Personally, obviously, some companies are VAT registered, some aren't. Obviously, I charge VAT on mine, so it's a bit of a downside for domestic side of things. But it swings roundabouts, doesn't it? But I have to be VAT. So yeah, no, this is all just in my opinion. I appreciate you watching. You're probably falling asleep. Leave a quick comment below, positive, constructive comment, no warrior comments down below, and then yeah, I'll see you in the next one.